Welcome back to Endzone 2, ladies and gents. It's already episode 3, so don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see the previous episode. In episode 1, we really went through the basics of city building, creating this city over here with a lot of tents and the basic productions like water, food, all the way to the activated carbon mask. Then in the second episode, we started, using our Pathfinder over here, right? That is able to drive outside of, our island there to go into the wasteland, and then going to find other islands. We found, for example, this island there and another one over here. We also did a lot of expedition, which are those kind of special places on the map where you can find things in first-person mode. And with this, then that led us to create a second colony. Why a second colony? Because each of the island will have different fertilities. Like for example, over here we have fertile soil and clay, while here we don't have fertile soil, but we do have swampland. Right, so different productions that we can put there. So now we need, we have a couple of people here, 15. We have less people over here. Many have, basically we sent 15 on the other side. So we're actually very low on workers. So hopefully that's gonna go back up. But more importantly, while we delivered a bit of resources at the beginning there, soon we may have a problem that it becomes empty. So what we may want to do is start a transport route. So we're gonna take a new transport route, and again, this is very similar to Amno, right? Where you choose your vehicle. Right now we have two vehicles. They have the buggy, has a speed of 108. The Pathfinder only 63, but the buggy only has 3 inventory slots, while the buggy has 8. In this case, we're still gonna go with the buggy, so I can keep my Pathfinder for the actual expeditions. And then we're gonna say, start over here and go there. When you start there, you can take, for example, some water, and some food, and then you can deliver it there. Then what else we may want to send? We may also want to send some mask. I don't have a lot, but I think we should. So let's send some masks, deliver them there, so my people will be protected. And there's a couple of different things like setting the minimums of levels. So for example, I will indeed say, let's make sure we keep 500 of these and 50 of that. All right, before you start sending those resources. You can also do other things, like I could pick up resources and bring them back, but for now we'll be okay. Let's just do accept. So it is, we're gonna be able to see.
Particularly handy when you have multiple settlements. You can remove the Pathfinder from a transport route at any time if you want to control it manually.
So yeah, my buggy is going, right? You can pause it, you can name the route, by the way, right, if you want to. And as I said, because I put a limit, I said I want 500 of water at the minimum, it only took 163. And similarly for the activated carbon, right, it took less. So it has arrived, it's going to deliver, basically everything except food, because food is already full. There's a swamp, so in the swamp we'll be able to produce herbs, but before we do this, I feel like, we should actually do a couple of productions. Now it says it is low on food. Okay, so it's a request. We've already cut down some trees in this zone. If we don't plant new ones, so produce wood. I think we've done that already, no? So yeah.
The timber stocks have increased again a little.
So she's happy, she's giving us some confidence and some wood. But as I was saying, I think what we should be doing now, before going in the swamp right away, is at least make a couple of houses for my people. So let's go 1. And I can't put there because there's a swamp. Oof, there's really not a lot of space here. I'm gonna have to be careful, but let's start with 2 houses, because I think 1 is 10, right? Oh no, I don't think it was 10 actually, so maybe the third one. Let's put the third one right away with a quick road there. Okay, we may also want to start production, food and things like this. Wood maybe also. Water feels like, we really don't have a choice, we should have water. I'm looking at this. Maybe we put it all the way there at the end. Okay. And let's put 1 for water too. Okay. So at least that's going to restart, basic production. I'm not going to put the road in case we need to put them a bit in a different place. And let's look indeed at the swamp farm. Now we haven't researched the swamp farm though, so we're gonna need to research it in the ecology there. We have a lot of knowledge points, all good. We've already gotten the farm. So now let's do that one, 50 of wood, 50 swamps and 15 tools, not a problem. Let's research, it's gonna take a couple of minutes. And yeah, we can see this is now going up, no problem. can still bring some mask. I may want to bring some wood and things like this. But first, let's check this out. So we have clay. Do we want to create a local production of anything else right now? Maybe not, I think. We don't really have a rush to create another production. So let's accelerate the time. Use our Pathfinder to check this part here. I didn't really go there. We have, oh, here we have an expedition. So maybe let's check that in expedition. It does say the requirement, blowtorch and lockpick. We don't have a lockpick, but maybe there is a lockpick on site, you know? So we'll check it out quickly. And
These
if not,
factory
we
grounds
can
are
go
less
somewhere
damaged
else.
than the rest of the wastelands. Let's see what we can find here. On the move.
So I do see a lot of resources for sure. Crates. Oh, even glass. We didn't have that before.
This chest is locked tight. We won't be able to open it without some effort.
So that
On
one
the road.
needs a lockpick.
This door can't be forced open. We need heavy. This door can't
I
be
have
forced
that.
open. We need heavy-duty equipment to get
Oh,
any further.
nice. Nice. That is a really good protection. But remember in the last episode what happened?
handle it.
Where I put those protection in my city and they started using them right away. So I think we're not going to do
On the
that
road.
this time. We're going to keep it on us. I don't see anything in the back. But here there is a ladder to go up and check that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm in. This is some sort of encyclopedia.
Oh,
There's a lot of
nice.
old knowledge in here that we might be able to use.
This book enables us to find and gather unknown plants. This way we can find new seeds. Okay, very cool. But yeah, basically I guess
I'll
the
handle it.
only thing left is this crate that does require something we don't have, right? The lockpick. So let's deliver everything. We leave the plant or not? I feel like maybe I would leave the plank and take the plant. So end the expedition. Okay, so we've unlocked this swamp farm, right? So let's go back over here and start using this. First we're gonna put, by the way, and then let's build this one. So it can be either in the swamp over here or in the swamp on that side. There's really not that much space here, and given that we have some production over here, I think we're gonna put it there. Yeah. Don't really have a choice. If I put it here, it doesn't work, so we have to put it over there. And wait for it to be built, of course. So let's unpause. It is, we're bringing some resources. Done. Let's put, they say to put only one, so let's follow them. And we need to have an area of...
Great. We've already set up the first part to produce medicine.
Let's see. I may want... I'm only at 39, sorry, but I was way higher. So it is 90. And then maybe we go there. Okay. So this has started. There is no road there though. Maybe we can try to get the road over here.
The pharmacist produces medicine out of plastic and herbs.
Okay.
The water is running out. If nothing changes,
What?
it'll be the end of us. We've
Oh.
got to do something.
I missed that. Thank you for telling me. So you should check out, your other cities from time to time, because yeah, you can see that this is going down. Those two. Now it is also going down because we're transporting a lot, but still, we have not the maximum there. So let's add one more. We do have already the 2 bonuses, and on this one we don't have the road. So maybe we can just make the road to get a 10% more. Oh, what did I do there? Make a mistake? I did make a mistake. Okay, that is annoying. Because yeah, now going all around, maybe not. Okay, let's leave it like this. But if it's still going down, then we probably need another one. So let's go. Oh, not great. Not great. And on this side, I have my farm, so not great either. I could put it over here, potentially. Because anyway, there is a cistern next to it. So let's do that. I put one so that we can have the road like this. And then I guess, we put a long road here. Okay. So that should, when it starts being built, increase my water. Now in terms of food, you can see that the settlement is not consuming that much. It's more because we're transporting so much. So as soon as this vehicle is full, let's check it out.
Instructions?
Oh, it is not full at all, okay. Yeah, because we're not producing enough at all over here, basically. So let's make that happen by increasing the water here. And maybe now we'll be fine, right? Because now the settlement is producing a lot, so we don't need to rely on transport. So this thing is going to start getting full, and this one will not be into the negative anymore. Okay, in terms of food, we can add one more over here. But anyway, let's move forward where we now need the pharmaceutical laboratory. So again, we need to unlock here with 1 point, and then we can do all of those research. To be able to do that one, we need 25 herbs, so we can't do it in this one. We need to do it in that one here. Alright, but we may not have also what's needed here. Yeah, no, we don't have 25 herbs, and we're not gonna get also 10 bricks over here. So what we're gonna want to do now is this guy there actually.
What's the plan?
Yeah, let's go back over here and change a bit what we've been doing. So we don't need those two. Alright, what we do need here, let's edit this route. We don't need the water and the food anymore. We will still send some of these because we're not making them. But instead what we'll do is start taking, herbs. There it is. Let's start taking herbs and deliver them to our capital. So let's accept that. Do it.
Instructions?
So you're gonna see that we're gonna start bringing some herbs over here. Now I see we have a problem here. There is very little scrap left in this circle, so let's try to find more. Now here there is a lot, but as you can see it says time 2. Why? Because it's so far. It's basically so far from this building that is gonna the production is gonna be reduced. But anyway, it is back now into the positive. This one is a negative, but again this is because of the transport, so all good there. And what we can do is here put herbs so that we know when we're at 25, and as soon as we're at 25, here it is, we're at 25, we can do the research of pharmaceutical laboratory, and that should help our people in the future obviously to survive. Now remember, you can check over here what is needed. We know we need some herbs, and we also need some plastic, so we probably want to put it next to the plastic, which is somewhere over here. Okay, we will also need the road, and I see I've done like really badly this place. I guess we can put it on the other side here. Let me see if I put a road like this. I guess that is fine-ish. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. So it should be connected to the water. It should be connected also to the road and all of this. They tell us to put 2
The
pharmacists.
medicine is ready and waiting, but we still have to distribute it among the settlers.
What that we
Pharmacy
do.
is responsible for distributing the medicine. It supplies all the homes in its surrounding area.
So yeah, after we start making basically some vaccine, right, we need to give the vaccine to my people. We will need to unlock it first, which is over here. 10 of these vaccines, all good, takes 5 minutes, not a problem. I see the wood here is full, that's not really a problem. It's fine to have full of wood. And everything else is looking good. I did continue to expand, and here I see there is ruin. That is an interesting place. It looks like
This country house is still in good shape. We ought to take a look around and see if we find anything useful here.
okay.
I'm in.
There's a silo, trailer, delivery truck, many different things. Yeah, we need to give some tools.
A truly lucky find. This species of plant seeds is unknown to us. We'll take them with us.
So
I'll
we
take a
found
look.
some new food. That's great. We can move this to get inside and
I'm
find
in.
more stuff. Love it. Love it. Oh, there's a generator. I already do have a
I'm in.
generator,
Here's an old generator. We can still use it.
but it's better to know. I
On
can
the road.
always bring it back to my city, I guess. Okay, some bricks,
I'll handle it.
masks. There's nothing over here. There's a playground.
The equipment to play on here looks robust and well preserved to this day. If the wasteland wasn't so dangerous, our children could play here. The equipment
okay.
to play on here looks robust and well preserved to this day. If the wasteland wasn't so dangerous, our children could play here.
How do we get inside?
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm inside now. Right. Am I? Can't. The
I'll
crate is
handle
here
it.
in the back. Okay, I think we found 100% things, it says. So that was, there was
On the
definitely
move.
one interesting research, but nothing else. Now we're gonna need to deliver some of those things. I don't really need the water. Let's take that. I don't have space for any of these, so I guess we're gonna keep all of these here.
New
And don't worry,
instructions?
they're still here. We just have to come back to get them. Okay, we now have the pharmacy, so it's going to provide medical supply to the surrounding houses. So you need to be smart about where you put it. Like here is in range of all of the current house, but maybe not the future ones. Versus I think if I put it over here, it's gonna be in range of the current and future houses. The only thing is, where do I put a road there? I mean, we did say that we're gonna delete this one in the future, so I guess we'll have a road over here, which should be fine. I don't even remember if we need a road for that one actually, so let's see. Let's see. And it is built. They say 1 pharmacist.
When
And
enough
no.
settlers have access to medical care, a zone's state of health will stabilize itself. Although this doesn't rule out the outbreak of sicknesses, it does make sure that our settlement can overcome the sickness much better.
That's good. That's good.
In addition to radiation and health, we ought to pay attention to our settlers' confidence as well, so that they don't lose hope. Like the pharmacy, the market also affects all the homes in its surrounding area.
Okay, so yeah, all of them are in the range now. They tell us to research the market, so let's go. That's the next one. This episode is really all about research and also connecting your 2 cities. And do remember that, you know, I also have people on the other one, right? So we need to make sure we are producing enough food, for example. Right now, it seems like we're not, because we don't have a lot of tools, I think is one of the reasons. But let's see now, should that be? Yeah, now it's positive. So yeah, we're using tools. We have this, so we may want to start making tools, but also in the future we may want to start having, you know, what we just built, right? Like a pharmacy and all those type of things over there too. But anyway, this research is being done, so let's continue checking over
What's the
here.
plan?
I'm looking for lockpick. Let's remember that's kind of our target.
On
Here
the
it is.
road.
I see something where we need a couple of iron tools, and hopefully maybe we find a lockpick. Well, let's go for it.
An old depot. We should take a look around inside. Maybe we'll find something useful we can take with us. Let's do this. I'm in.
Oh, here it is. We found the lockpick. Amazing.
Here's an old generator.
And
we
the
can still use
generator.
it.
Where's the bicycle? It's on the
I'll
other side.
handle
It's on the other side. So yeah, we're gonna need to choose now. Do we keep the lockpick and the axe? Or...
Bicycle. Incredible. Even a technology that simple was this door can't. These respirator masks are in good condition. We can
Okay.
definitely use them for our purposes.
So it is one more done. And as I said, like I'm thinking we're gonna take the lockpick seems to be useful all the time. So we're gonna take that. I don't really need this, but let's take those ones and end the
I'm at the wheel.
expedition. In the future, it would be great to have even more vehicles, or you know, for me to start kind of delivering things and coming back. Here we need the plank, which we left somewhere else. But more importantly, we have the lockpick now. So I think that was over here. Oops, I didn't click on
New
my
instructions?
pathfinder. So where was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we need the lockpick, and there is the planks there, by the way, if we want to take them back. Okay, so let's build the market. A few resources, of course, but nothing we don't have. I'm gonna just put it next to it. It is in range of all of my houses, and including if I put more houses on this side in the future, so that's perfect. I can have a road there, so all good. Just need the second to be built, and we are low on people, I just realized. Okay, so let me see.
Well done.
We
Settlements should
are
always have enough pharmacies and markets. With the help of the Pathfinder, we can transport medicinal products from one zone to another.
Yeah, that's what I said before, right? You may not need, you may need to start standing also these things on the other side. Right now, though, it says we're at 0, meaning we're using everything we're building. That's not great. That's not great. Where did I build
Now
it?
we should build wells to pump water out of the ground. This can become very important if our lakes are affected by droughts.
Yeah, so we can say we are producing 4 per minute, and that seems to be exactly what I'm using. So if we want to also support the other city, we're gonna need
Weather
more.
seems to be changing. We ought to prepare ourselves for a drought. We're better off stockpiling sufficient water and food so that we're well equipped.
Okay, so yeah, they tell us to build a well, right? Where are we going to build? I mean, we can build one here because water is needed. This can be delivered there. We cannot have too many wells next to each other, but we could have one on this side too, and maybe a last one on this side. But yeah, well, at least we have some reserves of water on this side, and same on the other side. We may want to start building some depots here, even if the space is so limited. I don't know if it's a good idea. Let's put some, so we never know what's happening over here. Yeah, the food. Oh, because there's no more tools, so the food has completely stopped. So now the question is, do we make tools on site here, or do we bring them? I think we are gonna bring them for now, but we may have to increase our production of food though, of tools. So let's see, tools. Oh yeah, I don't have a lot of tools. Up, deliver. Let's say we need to have some reserves, and let's increase my production of tools. So where are the tools? Here. Okay, so hopefully that will be enough. My scrap is going down. I could put another one. Now it will be going back up, but we may need to start also making some scrap out of this base here in the future. We have built the wells, and this one is well supported. This one, yeah, all good. Okay, we can put one person here. I only have one person right now though.
Slower than jetties, but they provide water even during a drought. But don't place them too close together, or else they will be much slower.
Yeah, that's what I told
Besides
you.
radiation, the environment can punish us with long dry spells too. We have to prepare ourselves well for a drought like that, and make sure to stockpile sufficient water and food. Jetties and fisheries are not able to produce during a drought, and nothing will grow on our plantations anymore either. You can reallocate the settlers normally active there to other kinds of production. Food gets scarce. You have to react quickly, pausing the weaving mill, for instance, to conserve water. Another well is also helpful. Sometimes every drop counts.
Yeah. So we see we need to survive for 5 minutes, right, without water. And she says many things are gonna stop working during that time, like you know, all of these. So you can also take the people out of these and then put them in your wells and keep the wells without anyone in the rest of the time. I still don't think we're gonna be producing enough. By the way, this one we have taken out all of the wood that was over here. I think what we're gonna do is just delete it, and we may create another one on this side. The tree nursery also is not gonna work during that time, so that's not great. That's not great.
The draft has come. Hopefully our supplies will be enough to last.
So yeah, everything is going down, right? You can see also, you can calculate, right? So it's going down by 150 per minute. 5 minutes, therefore is gonna be what, 750. So we're gonna have enough. Same here, we should have enough. Some of the other one may also start going down, and then on this side, the food, yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine. There is a quest. We are low on scrap. Okay, so let's produce some scrap. Yeah, all good there. So I just need to wait a bit basically, and we should be fine. So in the meantime, let's finish this one here.
These factory grounds are less damaged than the rest of the wastelands. Let's see what we can find here.
Let's open the crate.
I'll do it. This chest is locked. These documents are very instructive. Our experts at home can surely learn a thing or two from them.
So we don't really need this, but it is more valuable than some wood. So let's take it. And then what do I leave? I think we should leave the axe. I can always get back for it. And
New
the
instructions?
solution. Okay, we've survived the drought. That's great. So let's basically take the people out of the wells, for now at least, right? And put them back, in particular in the fishery over here. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, this is going back up. Now I see my tools are going down, but remember this is because of the transport. We'll see if we can get into a good place, but we may need another production of tools because this is already at a maximum and it's pretty nicely boosted.
We have found a new type of seed in your second zone. Now we can grow natural latex on plantations. You can plant the seeds either in this settlement or in your old one.
Next, we need to make some natural latex. This is the first of the kind of multi-production building. If we look over here at the plantation, we can do two things, either fiber or natural latex. We just unlocked. So I've built over here a plantation, similar to this plantation there, right? But we need to change the seed. We want to change it to natural latex, right? We need to, of course, as always, put a couple of fields. So let's go. We're gonna make it over here, 70, 100. Okay. We need to put, I'm sure, a couple of people.
Natural latex is needed to manufacture rubber. We then use the rubber to produce protective clothing or build new vehicles. The rubber
Makes
factory
sense.
requires natural latex and coal. This means that our settlement needs access to these two resources so that the rubber factory can operate.
And then we go over here and we see the rubber factory all the way there. It needs to be researched. And as it said, it's going to use basically two different things. And I think we're going to put it probably over here. But first, let's do the research. That is level 2 for the economy. Good thing that we have now 7 knowledge points, so not a problem. We have also, by the way, some upgrades there that we can do too. It does require 25 of latex. So in the meantime, maybe I do something else, like boosting my depots. At the end of the day, we're probably going to want to do them all, so let's go for it. And we can continue doing maybe our next expedition over here.
An old depot. We should take a look around inside. Maybe we'll find something useful we can take with us.
There is a plank there, but we have one.
I'll handle it.
A blowtorch we also have in general.
Let's
We're
go.
gonna leave it there. A pallet. So we basically moved it. And now we can go up.
Let's go.
Okay. Sure thing. And over here we can put a plank, I think. Yeah.
Let's go. From here, maybe we can get to the other side somehow.
Okay, so we get to
the
the
move.
other side of the building where there's a crate. Perfect. We got another lockpick. We have 2 now. We have a
On
lot
the
of different things. I'm going to, take back the plank. And let's go
On the
back
move.
down. I see there's still a couple of things over here. Okay, let's check them out.
I'll take this with me.
We are at 87 and now 100.
Let's go.
Oh, we got something pretty advanced. The transformer, okay. But yeah, all done. So let's exit, deliver some of those things. Actually, I don't think we can deliver much because we just don't have space.
New instructions?
And there is another one on this side, which we have also finished actually. So all good. So yeah, there's a lot of resources here and there. Oh, I forgot the game was paused. Sorry, my bad. And there was another one, I feel. No, that was the
On the
one. Okay.
road.
I see another one here, there, okay.
Got it.
Couple of them. It requires a ladder. I don't think I have
New
a ladder.
instructions?
This one requires lockpick. We have that. Let's go. That feels like a
All
seed.
clear.
We're gonna get a seed over here.
There's lots of scrap lying around here. We're sure to find things that are still useful here.
I hope so. Otherwise, why do I come? So we have a crate, barrel, yeah, trash can. And you may be wondering why I'm doing this even if my inventory is full. Is because now, next time, I can just loot everything from the outside. Plus, I'm also getting some research level by doing,
I'll handle
this
This
exploration.
chest is locked tight. We
Yeah.
won't be able to open it without some effort.
Oh, we
I'll take a
opened
look.
it. Some plants. I think we're gonna get
This
something
plant
there.
must be treated with a truly lucky find.
Oh,
This
yes.
species of plant seeds is unknown to us. We'll take them with us.
The sunflower is unknown to
I'll
you.
take a look.
Shame.
Begin to swing hotter. A sharp increase in radiation is going to occur soon. We should stop.
Not good, not good. He's saying radiation is coming, so we're definitely gonna need this protection clause. And it is, we've unlocked it, so we can now build it. And as I said, we're gonna want to make sure it's far from the houses, like most of our advanced production, but it shouldn't be too far from the coal. And this thing, unfortunately, I don't know if that's possible. Change that in the future. I can put it here and do a new production in the future. For now, let's just put it, so let's see. If I put it there, it is in range of some of the population, so no. And here it fits. Okay, let's just put there. Again, I know it's not perfect, but hopefully it's fine. And more importantly, as he said, the soil radioactivity is increasing. We went from 11 to 16 now. I think it's still increasing, but we only have 1 minute, to be protected, so it should be fine. In the meantime, let's put our first
Great.
worker
Now
here.
we've made use of the new raw material and can apply it directly. For example, in the production of new protective clothing, you can instruct a tailor shop to produce rubber gloves instead of protective masks.
I mean, the reality is we're gonna want both of them, but yes. The also challenge that we have is here we're not in range of a depot, and our coal seems to be going down. So we're gonna need to fix all of this, but I think this will be in the next episode, ladies and gents. We have survived, the second soil radioactivity increase, but we're now basically at the limit, right? We're at 19% and our protection is only 20%. So we will want to go with the next, with the rubber gloves. This is, where is that production? It's not that one. Where are you? Here. So we can change the mode, right, to go into the gloves. But as I said, we're basically gonna need both of them. So today in this episode, we started really having two territories where we're doing, back and forth. There are some resources that are needed over here that we send to the other city and vice versa. We didn't expand it that one like crazy because contrary to Anno 1800, this is a survival game. So don't expand before you need to or before you're ready for it, right? But we've also done quite a lot of those
New instructions?
expedition, and so we have been able to do a lot of research and we still have 8 points. I'm definitely going to do a couple of the other ones, and I'll see you for the next episode. Thank you for watching, smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.